Is going on, everybody? It's Baker here, bringing you another Magic the Gathering deck tech video. This is a best of one list, or at least we're playing it in best of one, and it's Esper Superfriends. We brought this to Platinum 1, and we're going to continue playing today in best of one. Let's run through the list. We have Cast Down for the instant speed removal. Works well against a lot of lists. Mono-Red Aggro works well against the Mono-Red list for the life gain coming back. Get rid of the Lava Runners, get rid of the Steamkins, or the Pyroshino Pyromancers. We run 2 copies of Elder Spell, which we generally end up actually using on our own Planeswalkers to ultimate a Liliana or a Teferi. But it's also proven to be pretty powerful in removing the opponent's Planeswalkers, obviously, and then making your Liliana or Teferi bigger as well. Thought Eraser is Thought Eraser. Card's great. Narset Part of the Veils is a card that we're going to be using to dig for our Oath of Kaya's, our Kaya's Wraths, our Elder Spells, and other Planeswalkers that we may need, like a Time Raveler or one of the big boys if we need them at the time. We run 2 copies of Dove and Hand of Control, which at first I didn't think was going to be playing too well, but it is actually playing very well because the fog effect on certain decks that are in the standard at the moment, like Mono Green Tron, they run a lot of Arboreal Gaze or Grazers. Then they have 1 big boy, so if you just minus on the big boy, they can't do no damage because the arboreal grazers or whatever they're called are 0/3s, so they don't hit for nothing. So this has actually proven to be pretty good in the current rotation. Teferi, baby Teferi, the Time Raveler, proves very well to combo of Oath of Kaya, as I showed in my Esper midrange list, but in Super Friends it has been proven to be even more powerful, and I don't know why. I think it's because we utilize Narset so much more. But this combo is amazing. A -3 Time Raveler on your own Oath of Kaya to then recast Oath of Kaya. You can get up to 6 damage in 1 turn this way. And he's also very good to put stuff back in the hand that you just don't want to attack you this turn. Give it Summoning Sickness 1 more turn. Kasmina has also proven to be pretty good for the blockers and the passive ability. I still don't know how I feel about the sifting through the deck with the draw card and then discard a card. But the spells your opponents cast target a creature or planeswalker. If you play Kasmina turn 4, then turn 5 you have a Hero of Dominaria. They cannot Vraska's Contempt until they have 6 mana. So that is pretty powerful. And Kaya's Wrath is our board wipe in the deck. This has been a game winner. Also comboed with Teferi Time Raveler. If you +1 Teferi, you can Kaya's Wrath on their turn, so you can wait until they play creatures on turn and then just say boom. That's pretty fun as well. Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. Obviously this card will win games by itself. Once you play it, a lot of people do end up conceding just because they see what's going on. Liliana Dreadhorde General, we run a 1 of, because if you get her on the board and you ultimate her, you win the game. I haven't lost a game where you ultimate Lily yet, and the way you're going to be doing that is by Elder Spelling, usually. Most people won't allow you to get Lily to 9 unless you Elder Spell trick it. Uncle Eugene is in here as a 1 of as well, which is... we haven't really played into him much. Actually, a lot of the times he ends up in the graveyard through, like, Thought Eraser. Or, I guess just Thought Eraser's our only option there, but, like, he ends up in the graveyard quite a bit, actually, which is weird. Or he gets Thought Eraser out of our hands or countered. He's a pretty important card if he does end up on the field, because his +1 is really powerful for card advantage, plus damage to face or their planeswalkers or as blockers. And then his -3 is also very strong because it destroys almost literally anything in the format besides against like the Mono Green Tron list that's running Meteor Golems and God Pharaoh statues, Helm of the Host, Karn, all that garbage, you know. Our land base for the main board here is 1 Swamp, 4 Glacial Fortress, 4 Hollowed Fountain, 4 Godless Shrine, 4 Isolated Chapel, 4 Drowned Catacomb, and 4 Watery Grave, which I'm pretty sure is the exact same as the Esper midrange list, putting us at 25 lands. And then I will run through the sideboard real quick, even though I don't fully know what I'd be doing, so bear that in mind. But we have the 2 Duresses, the 1 Spell Pierce, which you would probably put in towards the control matchup to remove their counters and counter their counters. Moment of Craving for the Mono-Red matchup, Dovin's Veto. This could also be for a control matchup. Then really any matchup that you feel that counters would be beneficial. Cry the Carnarium would be good against the Mono-White, the Esper midrange with Hero to Precinct 1, and also Mono-Red. Ixalan's Binding could be very good against like rule list. If you use this on like a Growth Chamber Guardian, they cannot cast any more Growth Chamber Guardians. Yawgmoth's Vile Offering. I don't even know what this card does. Put up to one target creature or planeswalker from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. This will up to one target creature or planeswalker. Exile this. So this could be good if you're in a matchup where the opponent's also running planeswalkers. Interesting. I had never seen this card before. That's pretty cool. Enter the God Eternals is also one that you could board in for the likes of any aggro decks for the life gain, plus the creature, plus the removal. Man, the Dreadhorde is one that I would not think that we'd be playing because we don't generally gain much life. But it could be good to get back, like Liliana's. Well, let's jump into Esper Superfriends in the best of one format. Here's game number 1. Jump right into this against Mina Game Lounge. We'll keep this for the Thought Erasure turn 2. If it is mono red, we have Moment of Craving, which is also pretty nice. Me and a friend of mine are looking at maybe potentially starting a podcast. We actually are working on the branding and all that as of it now. It's more of a discussive, informative podcast. If you have any ideas, discussion topics and or knowledge topics that you'd maybe think would be interesting hearing discussed between two people that are smart yet stupid at the same time, leave a comment below. We are both interested in a lot of pop culture, gaming, music, movies, and it's gonna be a fun time, I think. We could have actually played Isolated Chapel here, but I dragged that on there on accident. We're gonna Thought Erase on turn 2. We see that it is likely the Command the Dreadhorde list. Time Rattler doesn't really scare me because we could always Elder Spell him to make our Narsets bigger. So we're gonna go with the Wild Growth Walker. We will keep a land on top because getting to 4 land is a big part of this list. Actually, 5 land is the big part. That guarantees a Hero of Dominaria if we get to that point. We got to pay for this.
If you wish to surrender, hone your prowess.
We'll take a Kasmina here. I think it's a valuable option to possibly discard Moment of Craving. Actually, nope, now we can use Moment of Craving to blow up the Jadelight Ranger. So Narset is dead.
This was overwhelming.
We do know he has, actually we don't. I think, yeah, that is the play. So we're gonna go Kasmina, minus
My students are
Moment of Craving discard. This allows him to think that we don't have a board wipe because we would have just used it. And maybe he commits more creatures. Okay, he does commit to the
If you show remorse,
to Fairy.
I'll show restraint. Here goes nothing.
I'd like him to play more creatures is our concern at the moment.
I will return with even more disciples.
Being greedy could hurt us, but we shall see. Fairy doesn't hurt us yet. Narset will be dead.
Don't worry, I got this.
Play creatures, please.
I have reached my limit.
Those aren't creatures. Uncle Eugene hits the board. It's very odd that he has 5 cards in hand. And did not play a single card next turn. Or this turn so far. And he's not a counter. Could it be? Hydroid Crisis, maybe? Sultai Super Friends. Is he missing a black mana source?
I'll protect you.
That could potentially be the case. Okay, so he's going the route of killing Eugene here, which kind of sucks.
That's more like it. Another time, Planeswalker.
The focused and put thoughtfulness before action.
Arguable that we Kaya's Rest there. That could have actually been the proper play. Nope. This is nice.
I am Tamio. It is an honor to meet
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we can Dominaria alt next turn already. It's huge. Whoa, sorry. Possibly minus to get Branchwalker back, right?
I have learned much
Right.
from my ancestors.
We have to Kaya's Wrath next turn, though. This is fine.
You are a mighty warrior. I concede.
This might be a bad idea.
Let me aid your research.
What does he name? This is important. What he names here? It is command, okay. They opt to play that this turn. I think we lose. Unless we have another Kaya's Wrath off the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, no. He's gonna get Eugene, Narset, Kazmina back. That's 4, 13, putting him down to 20 plus. Yeah, no, this is game over, right? If we had a board wipe plus Elder Spell plus Teferi.
Listen up, present and future are bound by threads of
You
time.
understand yourself.
So that's the power of Command the Dreadhorde there.
Keep an open mind.
Card is insane.
Focus on what matters.
Potentially it was a misplay not blowing up Cameo when I could. But then we were dead on board, so.
Serves me.
We have 9 mana. There is no way that we win.
I know no time for a break. I suppose that's
Become
how
too
it's
Still have
involved
much
with
to
my
learn.
work.
ending.
That was an interesting game. The power of Command the Dreadhorde. If we did have the, I don't know, there was possibly a line there where we could have taken that, but the Command the Dreadhorde was on the top of his deck anyhow. So even if we blow up Tamio, he draws it the next turn, then he just gets Tamio back. Yeah, no, I don't think there was any anyway. Realistically, we're gonna keep this one. Thought he raised turn 2. Playing against Abracadabra. 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 Bruh. Hollowed Fountain. We see a swamp coming from our opponent. Whispering Snitch. When you surveil for the first time each turn, Whispering Snitch deals 1 damage to each opponent and you gain 1 life. Interesting. What are we playing against here? I figured there'd be a thought erasure. Once he hits a blue mana source, he's able to recast Thought Eraser.
Mind and body should move. I have just the trick for this.
We'll see what happens here. Blue mana?
Fury will only lead you astray.
We will graveyard that.
Hone your prowess.
We'll actually take another Thought Erasure. We can cast it. I guess we'll keep that Time Raveler there. We don't want to put all of our Time Ravelers in the graveyard.
I am not going to sit this one. Trust me, I have a plan.
Minus back the 4 CMC spell. He can recast it if he wants. This just allows us to draw a card. Obviously, Teferi Time Raveler does die.
We will meet again.
It is safe to assume he will play it again. Yeah. Now here we do have the option of doing this, which I do like. We'll play Time Raveler. We're gonna plus him.
Trust me. You'll thank me
Put
later.
a stop on our opponent's upkeep, let the opponent draw, and then Thought Erase. Getting rid of the mission briefing he just drew. We'll pass the main. If our opponent commits to playing another Murmuring Mystic, that does allow us to just blow him up. But we will do it the right way, I think.
Oh, I've done the hero thing before.
Even though there really is no right way in this scenario. We'll just do that and pass. So now we can cast Kaya's Wrath at instant speed.
Hey, that was uncalled for. I've got it.
Played Hero of Dominaria.
I can no longer stand by and watch.
Land for turn.
Hold that thought. Here we go.
We are but motes in a fire. Secrets manifest before you.
Secrets manifest before you, and abracadabra concedes the game. We're playing against some sort of surveil something. That was a janky jank. So we've lost to Command the Dreadhorde, which is a very strong card when it goes off, and we have beat a janky jank. Let's see if we can get a matchup where we beat something decent. Playing against Jamaicaner? Something along those lines. We have a turn to Thought Erasure, and as you guys probably have picked up at this point if you watched Esper Midrange, I like doing that. it's just so good. Let's see, Mono-Red Aggro. We do have on curve Kaya's Wrath, which is pretty good. I think, right? Yeah, no, we do. We actually have it back-to-back as well. Next turn, he can Lava Runner plus Wizard's Lightning, so we probably do that. This is going to be pointless in this matchup besides to blow up our own planeswalkers to win the game. Making him play the Pyromancers is beneficial to us. So we'll be down to 16 next turn, play a Pyromancer plus Lava Runner. Take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. We do get the Time Raveler though, which is pretty good. If we play him now, he doesn't die. So, unless he draws a burn spell.
Here goes nothing.
Viashinos plus G2 Lava Runner.
No more games.
Oh, he can target Time Raveler. I did not know that. And he opts to go Time Raveler, which is
hardly
fine.
my worst defeat.
That makes me actually happier in a sense. I think he plays, yeah, okay. We see another Pyromancer. That's number 3 of the list. Light up the stage, showing a Skewer and a Shock. Okay. This could bait him to target this with both the Skewer and the Shock, which is good for us. It looks like they're all going to be going phase. So 12, 10, 7. 7 health. Even less. 4 health. Oath of Kaya would be a pretty strong pickup here.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could Kaya's Wrath Thought Erasure. A really bad value Kaya's Wrath. Getting another one back is okay. Because we do get 3 draws next turn. Risk factor is not cool. Obviously we got to decline. That's not cool at all, man.
Hurry! I know my responsibility. No, I am not making this up as I go.
We do get the Oath of Kaya, which is nice, but we've already used our Time Raveler. It would have been nice the other way around. We'll decline this again. He now has a full hand of stuff. Arguably, I think he has to kill Time Raveler. No?
We need to move quickly. That's more like it.
I'm impressed anyone would be so foolish as to face me. Boxes are made to be thought outside of.
So we have both Kaya's Wrath plus Cast Down if we need it. We could just be dead to burn in hand. This isn't cool.
Let's skip to the good part. Let's try this.
We're on the brink of our teeth here. Does this make it on? It does. If only that was Movenet Craving. GG red deck. That's bummer. One more turn, we probably sustain there and win. We lose to Command the Dreadhorde. We beat a Jankety Jank, and we come very close to beating red deck wins. That sucks. What a draw off the top. He gets the Lava Runner. We don't have Thought Erasure turn 2, but we're going to keep it, even though we have 3 Kaz. I didn't even realize we have 3 Kazminas. Kazmina, discard Kazmina. I think Oath of Kaya is very important to get out early, just because that way when you play Time Raveler, you have a target for it. Playing against the Orzhov Knights aggro, I think, which Oath of Kaya cannot target the Knights, which kind of sucks. Kaya's Wrath can definitely blow them up, which is beneficial. There is a Thought Erasure if we want to do that, which I do want to do. Getting rid of Sorin for sure. And we'll keep a Hero of Dominaria on top because we're just going to Kaya's Wrath next turn. We can bait D-Spark maybe.
Under my instruction, you will steer the course of destiny. Every day is a new lesson.
Baiting D-Spark would be pretty big here, actually. There's Mortify. Okay, so we get Eldest Reborn.
Impress me, and I may join my cause.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 land. There's the Bellhaunt, so there goes this Oath, sadly.
We are the future.
See what he brings back with this. Probably just, what, Kazmina? Or is it a Sorin? Probably Sorin, right? Why is it Kazmina?
It's us or them. I hope you choose the right side.
Well, oops, that one. I think Sorin was definitely the right pick there. Because Sorin allows him to bring back his knight as well. He could have had 2 for 1 there. Sorin -2. Like, he doesn't know we have this guy's Wrath, so the line of play that he had there was weird. We do bait the D-Spark, which is big for us. Okay.
My students are loyal geniuses.
Nice. That's actually better for us? Wow.
This isn't your average zombie. From battle to the grave. Death. They were a lousy servant anyway.
Focus on
Let's
what
see,
matters.
discard. We do have the land fodder discard here, which is nice. There for the scales is good.
This looks like a fun new toy.
Back from me. We make the zombie before we Kaya's Wrath here, so we get to draw cards.
Waste not, want not.
Elder Spell could potentially be game winning here. Our Lily's gonna go down to 2 because we're gonna do this.
That's no way to treat a lady. Good help is easy to find in war.
Recklessness and fear. Truth lies beyond vision.
Now, if we next turn play Teferi plus Elder Spell, we can alt Lily and just win the game. Never mind.
Now, don't be pushy.
My math is terrible.
The fabric of the multiverse obeys me.
Rise!
I won't hide from the world any longer.
Well, this is
Hurry.
most likely usually the point that people just concede the game.
Only time will tell.
I could have used the abilities, but
Oh, listen to my symphony of death.
gets to keep 1 land, 1 creature.
I have practiced again. Meditate and prepare.
This does allow him to kill Narset, which I did not think of before. But he likely won't be able to play. Oh, he doesn't even kill Narset.
Put thoughtfulness before action.
There's the GG, showing off the power of Elder Spell. We did kind of misplay there. Generally, you'd want to probably plus your Teferi, draw the card, get the untap at the end of your turn, plus the Ugin, and then Elder Spell. We'll play one more game here. I don't know how many games it is because I had the one game at the beginning that I'm not using because I got a phone call. This is kind of greedy, but we're gonna try it. What up, brother? Oh, okay, what? Okay. See an opt on turn 1. This is probably the Arclight Phoenix.
Behold, new wonders.
Bum 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 bum. We'll do another tap land here, and we'll do Thought Erasure. Oh my. Oh my. Ixalan Binding there is not a fun one for us to deal with. We could see Kaya's Wrath hit, or not Kaya's Wrath. This one, Lightning Strike hit face, but it appears that he does not want to do that. So we're gonna go ahead and just play Dovin, making all spells he casts cost more. Could have a counter that he drew into, which would be a bummer.
I look forward to seeing your mistakes.
So now every spell that he casts costs 1 more. Lightning Strike comes in, okay.
Nobody's perfect.
This is okay.
Not even me.
Now in my second main, I'll just do this.
A few things can withstand my careful scrutiny.
Few things can handle my scrutiny. Kai's Wrath is actually pretty strong here for when he does end up maybe getting out of control. We could play Teferi, Hero of Dominaria here, but he could have a counter in hand. Kasmina actually doesn't do much for us, so we're going to play Teferi. Do not see a counter in hand, which is good for us.
I am not going to sit this one. No time for a break.
His hand is rather, I don't want to say useless, but it's not great versus a Super Friends list. We could see this going up for sure. Probably to 5. I only had one counter on it for now, but like there is really no point that he's going to be using Cleansing Nova or Deafening Clarion unless I play a
This is a
Kasmina,
rare occasion.
which
I'm
might
not
be the play
often
here. Oh, Narset does take the role of Kasmina, I believe.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
Is there anything we could do with Kasmina because if we get like a Time Raveler with Narset, right, we can minus on to one of these boys.
There are so many mysteries to keep an open mind.
Let's slow this down.
We'll actually plus him because if we minus him, he's dead for sure.
Here we
And
go.
next turn we're hitting Kaya's Wrath for we're hitting Kaya's Wrath for sure. And we could add 6 loyalty counters to our Teferi. It's also an option. What is he paying for here? Probably lifelink with Deafening Clarion. 4 mana, nope, 5. 6. Sarkin the Masterless, huh? That's very beneficial to me that he just tapped out for that. Now once he resolves, what I'm going to do...
The lick of my flames.
That gets Teferi up to 10. This gets Teferi up to 12 minus 3, 9, submit.
My
A dragon
mind
would
reads
rather
evidence.
die than lose. I will call the dragons.
And that is good game. The power of Elder Spell proven once again back to back. That was a good game. We are 2 ticks into Platinum 1. We did lose, I believe, 2, and we won a few. I don't know which game a total is because I did have to cut out the one at the beginning. I appreciate anybody that watched the video. Just to go back over through the list real quick, you can pause here at the end or jump to the beginning. I'll end it looking at Esper Superfriends. It's a very good list, actually. I really enjoy playing it. We have Cast Down, Moment of Craving, Elder Spell, Thought Eraser, Narset, Dovin, Teferi, Time Raveler, Oath of Kaya, Kasmina, Kaya's Wrath, Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, Liliana, Dreadhorde General, Eugene, Swamp, Glacial Fortress, Olive Fountain, Godless Shrine, Isolated Chapel, Drowned Catacomb, Water Grave. As you've seen in the video, our biggest, in my opinion, the hardest matchup that we have is against the red deck, which is kind of everywhere, especially in the best of 3. I played best of 3 yesterday with the Gruul Walkers list, and all I ran into really was the Mono-Red list, and it's kind of rough. But like I said, thank you all for watching. Check me out on Twitch. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, about 1 p.m. Central Standard Time to about 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We're raising money for St. Jude Play Live through the month of May until May 31st. If you have the ability to donate to charity, please check the link below. I'll put it down there. It's through Tiltify. None of the money comes through my hands. It's all going directly to St. Jude. If you pause the video now, here are the incentives that if you do it while I'm streaming, this is what I'm doing. So, I appreciate y'all, and have a wonderful morning, day, afternoon, evening, or night, depending where you are in the world. That's Baker. Adios. Bye-bye. Video pop-up. Boom.